Hi everyone, welcome to the final chapter of our review of the Bauer Hyperlite 2 equipment. We've been fortunate enough now to test this on the ice for the past couple of months. A huge thank you to Bauer Hockey UK for allowing us to do that. So now that we've had a chance to do a thorough test, I just wanted to give you a short video just to let you know my final thoughts before we send this back to Bauer. So overall, hugely impressed with this entire set of kit. I wasn't too sure what to expect. I've never tested the Hyperlite range before. So I wasn't sure what I'd like it. Obviously, I tested the Max last year, and there were things I liked, things I didn't in that particular line. In my personal opinion, this is the much better line of equipment from Bauer. Not that there's anything wrong with the Max at all, but having tested both now, I much prefer the Hyperlite range. Just suits me better, which I'm quite surprised at because this is the more sort of softer, flexible range out of the two Bauer lines, which I didn't think I'd like quite as much, but I was really pleasantly surprised. So if we go into the leg pad itself, as I mentioned in the first video, incredibly light, which the clue's in the name, right? Hyperlite. So, but I didn't realize quite how much difference that would make. Just how much easier it is to move around the crease, the agility that it gives you, just the ability to make sort of quicker saves. The saving on weight in this is a real plus. So they've stayed true to the name. Hyperlite isn't just a gimmick. It actually does help perform really well. So some of the bits that I really liked, the Stabler grip on the knee block here. As I mentioned in my first video, it's a bit of like a rubberized texture on here, which helps keep the knee locked into place. It stops the knee sliding off the knee block there. Performs absolutely brilliantly. Had absolutely no issues with knee falling off the knee block, even in sort of like scrambling situations around the net or quick changes in direction. My knee stayed exactly where it needed to be. I was a bit skeptical on how durable this material will be. It is like a sort of stripy rubber material. I thought maybe we'd see some wear on that with prolonged use, but actually no issues. That's held up exactly as it came out of the box. So that's a huge plus, a great feature of this leg pad that I'm a huge fan of. As we move down to the calf system here, the Tune Fit Strap Lite 2.0, it's fine. It's nice and adjustable. For me, I didn't find it particularly comfortable. That's probably the only negative about this leg pad. I prefer the Tune Fit system for the Mac pads. I think just the way it's laid out was a bit more comfortable for me. So it is adjustable. I think with a lot more playing around, I could probably make it work. But just as a personal preference, I prefer the calf system that was on the Mac pads there. It just felt a bit more comfortable, a bit more adjustable, and a bit more sort of easier to dial into my sort of comfort levels there. The Tune Fit sort of lower calf strap here, absolutely brilliant feature. I think with the absence of a boot strap on this pad, and with a lot of sort of modern pads now with no boot straps, having this sort of stability a bit lower down on the calf and be able to sort of tighten that as much as you want, just allows you to lock in that lower portion of the leg, stop any sort of instability in the pad over rotating at the bottom there. So great feature. Seems like a really simple thing, but it does offer a lot of stability and to the lower half of the leg pad there. So yeah, overall, super impressed with this. The blocking surface itself, I was expecting to not give out sort of quite such big rebounds, just given the style of the pad that it is, being a bit softer. But rebounds are so easy to control on this. They absolutely fly off the surface of the leg pad. So it's very easy to direct and control your rebounds wherever you want them. So that was a huge plus and something I was a bit surprised at with the leg pad there, but a pleasant surprise nonetheless. So if we move on to the blocker, as I mentioned in my previous video, probably one of the lightest blockers I've ever felt, which is a huge plus for me, something I really look for in blockers. The Ergo Fit backhand there, this sort of ergonomic design cushion on the backhand there, is absolutely fantastic. I didn't think it would be that much of a big deal, but the amount that it sort of hugs the back of the hand to allow you proper control over the blocker without that sort of wobbling all over the place, really caught me by surprise, and is a massive plus for this glove. Super comfortable as well. Nice sort of soft palm on there, which allows sort of great stick grip. As you can see there, if you ignore the staining from my tape, no durability issues on the palm whatsoever. There's no sort of rips, tears, anything like that. So again, a basic thing that we look for in blockers, but absolutely no issues there. This sort of ergonomic cuff as well allows for great sort of wrist mobility, and I've really enjoyed using this blocker, which sounds silly because blockers tend to not have that many features, but I've actually really enjoyed just the subtle features that this blocker offers. So again, hugely impressed. And finally, we'll move on to the catcher. The Catch Grip Plus on here, the sort of textured grip material on the fingers. Super comfortable, but also super effective. There's absolutely no sliding around. It really locks your fingers in place inside the catcher there, so there's no grip issues whatsoever. Despite how sort of wet your hand gets inside the glove, it locks your fingers in place, so you never have any issues with sort of closing the catcher there. The Defense Cloud Tech, so the sort of the palm protection there. It's okay. I was surprised with how many shots I felt through the palm here. Not something I'm used to. I think if I was gonna order this again, I'd ask for more of a beefed up pro palm, which is not something I normally do. But I think just with the amount of shots that I felt on the palm there, it's probably the only negative about the glove. But it closes like an absolute dream. It's super comfortable. It's very sort of light and balanced. So yeah, again, the only thing I would change is just to beef up the palm, but that's easily fixed on a custom order. Other than that, it closes like a dream. Haven't tested the 90-degree break because I've never really got on with that personally. So this is the more traditional 60-degree break. I absolutely love it. I'm very, very particular with my catchers, but this, with a bit more palm protection, would be an absolute 10 out of 10. So hugely impressed with that. So that's it. That's the Bauer Hyperlite 2 equipment. I hope you've enjoyed the reviews that we've done over the past couple of months on this equipment. If you have any questions or comments, please drop us a message or just leave it in the comments on Instagram or YouTube. Again, huge thank you to Bauer Hockey UK. I think the fact that I'm seriously considering ordering a custom set of this should tell you everything you need to know about my thoughts on the equipment. The only changes that I would make are things that you can easily change on the customizer, and that's probably more of a personal preference to me than a criticism of the equipment itself. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Bauer Hockey UK again, and please stay tuned for reviews and comments on equipment as we go on throughout the 2023. Thanks a lot.